All right, welcome back to a very special conversation. We are talking to Asante Blackk. He's originally from Maryland. One of his first professional roles was in How I Learned to Be a Kid at the Howard Theater in Washington, after which he got his first agent. He was cast as 14-year-old Kevin Richardson in the miniseries When They See Us in 2019.
Oh, incredible.
The role earned him a Primetime Emmy Award nomination, making him one of the youngest nominees in its history. Right?
That's so incredible.
He appeared as a series regular on, of course, This Is Us from 2019 until the show ended in May 2022, for which he was nominated for a Critics' Choice Television Award.
All right.
I mean, come on, man. He made his film debut in Corey Finley's Landscape with Invisible Hand, which was released in August 2023. He later appeared in Story Ave, which was released in September of 2023. Let's talk to Asante. Asante, are you there?
What's good, bro?
There he is.
Hey, how
Annie,
are you?
Look at Black looking
fantastic.
all
I miss
grown
you
up,
guys.
bruh.
You see me? You see I got the little something coming in.
That goes all the way around.
Yeah.
That goes all the
Appreciate it. I
way
appreciate
down
it.
and
We
back
gotta
up.
we gotta get the cheeks to fill in, but it's coming.
The
That's
cheeks
it.
come
You just
a
keep
little
shaving.
bit. I remember the first
keep
time.
shaving.
It took me a while for the goatee
cheeks to
to
come in?
connect.
Yeah.
The goatee connected like at age 21 or 22. Like
Yeah.
it took me a minute.
It's a process of patience. You got to let it grow long and then shave it all away.
Is that how it
And
goes?
long
Yeah,
and shave.
what
long
is
and
the
shave.
process?
That's the secret of your success.
Yeah.
I still can't grow.
It's about
anything.
gardening. You know, it's about face
Black,
gardening.
how you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm good, man.
Are
good.
you in LA? Are you where you at these days?
Yeah, I'm out here. I'm going back and forth right now between LA and Maryland. You know, my family is
Yep.
back there. And so, you know, as much as we out here grinding, we staying grounded as well. So
I heard that.
yeah, I'm good.
So remember this, guys. When Black started, he still had a K next to his name, right? And so his family would be out here. You always have to have one guardian with you at all times, whatever.
Yes.
And in the middle of the show, we got a chance to work Black for 12 hours. So it means like once you turn 18, it's like you have 8 hours before,
Yeah.
and then it goes to 12 hours. What was the shift like for you, man?
was that
Did you
transition
feel the
like?
difference?
I'm gonna be honest with you. That transition was just like for me. There was a moment where I was like, "Really? Like, you guys you sure you need another one?" Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that was my best. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I gave it. Hey, but listen, it's not about me, right? Look, we
Yeah.
a team, we collaborating. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there for y'all.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, like, you know, I realized like, wow, like we in the big leagues. Like, this is what I always told myself I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting a chance to really show up in that way. And yeah, like going from, you know, turning 18 on This Is Us, and like, you know, just being around y'all and seeing how y'all carried yourselves, and then being able to go to other sets, that really prepared me, man. Like, y'all made sure that K that was there was that K. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as Asante Blackk turned Asante Blackk, you feel me? That was a little different. I don't know if y'all can feel the energy change.
Is it interesting now, like after like your career up to a certain point, always having family around, and now I'm assuming you're out here on your own terms, like by yourself or whatnot. Like talk to us a little bit about navigating life, grown and sexy. Like how's it going?
It's hard, man. It's hard.
Tell him,
It's a burden.
tell him, Black.
It's hard to be that sexy.
Listen. It's you know, I am a man of faith.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I make sure I talk to God every single day.
I heard that, brother.
Because, you know, we got things that we focused on. We got things that we came into this industry for. I'm the type of person where, like, you know, as much as me and you have talked about it, Brown, like as much as I'm out here putting my everything into my acting, there's also, you know, the writing that I do.
Yeah.
There's also, I've just recently started to dive into directing. I'm directing music videos now. So
Okay.
Wow.
Tell us about this musical equipment you are currently surrounded by.
Yeah.
man.
surrounded by, oh man, we are actually gearing up right now to drop an EP. I produce, I rap. I actually just started. It's crazy timing too, because so there's the show Snowfall.
Yeah.
Super popular from like 2018 to 2022, something like that. Maybe even a little bit before then. But they're doing a spinoff, and my character, let's just say he's musically oriented, you know?
Okay.
And, you know, it was kind of like perfect timing to be able to come, move out of my parents' spot. I move into my friend's spot. He's moving back home. He's like, hey, bro, just take all the music equipment, figure it out, like learn, like, you know, study up, do what you got to do to really, you know, put your all into this character. And so, look, man, when I say being grown and sexy, it's hard, you know?
Yeah.
Wait,
not
so
enough hours in
Asante,
the day.
was music something that you were doing before this role, or is it something now
always.
that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, my whole life,
Got it.
life. And like you guys know, like, you know, Mandy, like it's interesting being an artist that has so many facets of themselves that they want to share with the world.
Yeah.
You know, you're always like figuring out, oh man, how do I do it in a way that is you know, maybe not overwhelming, or how
Yeah.
am I making sure that people aren't confused? Wait, you're on this and now you're doing this, right?
Wow.
And so yeah, I'm just taking this time. I'm taking this time to focus, to really make sure that I'm treating this the same way I would my sides, you know,
Yeah.
or you know, the you know, callback sides or whatever. You know, this is you know, what I've been blessed with. I've been blessed with this opportunity, and like music is just something that yeah, it's had a very personal and spiritual connection, you know, to my life. And so I'm just excited to be able to focus up and dive into this next chapter. Yeah.
Look at
That's
this
so
kid.
exciting.
Look at this
Can
dude.
you take us back? How did you get involved in acting? Was I know?
Take him back.
Was it something like? Is it a family business? Is it just something that you found on your own and decided to pursue? And then I want to also ask like how This Is Us came into your
You
life.
about to find
like,
some stuff out.
paint the bigger picture.
Yeah.
It's really weird. You know, it's almost like one of those stories where like things kind of just lined up exactly how they were supposed to be. You know, I nobody ever told me to act, and I never had to ask to, you know. It was kind of just like what I just did, you know. You know, we all had these stories of like being kids and entertaining our parents, you know, and our siblings and doing these stories with them. But my real first introduction to the craft was in preschool, you know, and my
The
best
craft in
friend,
preschool, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, come on now. That's
In
when we out
diapers.
there doing whatever. We showing up. You said, what play is this again? I'm pretty sure I don't know any of those lines. But, you know, they kids, they doing their thing. And my best friend to this day, his mother actually was the math and science teacher, but she wanted to bring an arts program to the school just to, you know, make sure that we had something at that young age to be able to, you know, really put our energy into. And, you know, I think that I was kind of lucky in a way, because being that young, you know, that was the cool thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, where we get to go on stage and dance around and sing, and, you know, and it was just a blast, you know? And so like, you know, doing that, I think that it was just meant to be. You know what I'm saying? I got down on one knee at that moment, 6 years old, you know what I'm saying? And I knew that this was exactly what I wanted to be doing. And
Yeah.
and it followed me. It just followed me until I was finally of that age where I had to, you know, your parents start getting into high school. They're all right, that was fun. But what you gonna do now?
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when, you know, you got to kind of take things into your own hands. And so I did as much as I could. I did whatever I could to study up. I did whatever I could to buy as many books as I could. Did all the plays in high school. And, you know, I'm like I said, I'm a big believer in like spirit and spirituality and universe and all of that. And I guess that the universe just heard me.
Yeah.
And it saw all of the energy that I was putting into this job that I didn't have.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I was in high school still, and I got the opportunity after my junior year of high school. So summer going into senior year, I, you know, been putting in this work 4 years, just grinding it day out, day in, day out. I loved it. And there was this opportunity on casting networks that said, we were looking for 5 young boys between the ages of 13 and 18 to play 14 to 16. The story is about 5 young kids in Central Park in New York City in 1989 who were falsely accused of a beating and rape that they did not commit. And I was like, wait a minute, this sounds like really familiar.
Huh.
And my parents, they make sure that me and my siblings
Yeah.
are educated on everything that happens in this country, everything, you know?
Yeah.
We're not leaving anything out. And so I go and do a little bit more research. and I see that this is the story of the now exonerated 5.
Yeah.
And it just clicked. I knew I've been putting in all of this work for all of this time. I ain't about to wait on my agents no more. You know what I'm saying?
You felt it.
I'm about
You
to
felt
find
it.
Miss DuVernay's email. I'm about to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, you know, it was a process, but everything just, you know, I stayed patient. I stayed humble. I stayed true, faithful. And
Wait, tell me about the audition, because this is the break. Like, tell me about the audition and the process of getting this job. Don't skip this. This is good.
I want to hear.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So at this point, you know, like I said, parents, you know, you get to high school, they're like, all right, you got to figure something out, you know what I'm saying? But my parents, they knew that I wanted it bad and essentially said, you want this bad, you need to go out and find your own representation. You know, we live in Maryland. I don't know where you're going to do it, but if you really want it, you're going to do it, right?
Okay.
And I did. You know what I'm saying? I found a little boutique manager that hooked me up with a boutique agency in New York. So I was able to travel from and take the train from Maryland all the way up to New York for the day. And we would go up there for this audition that would last 5 minutes, me and my dad. And then we would go around eating halal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then come back and get back on the train or the bus or whatever it may have been at the time. I went in there and I just remember I was doing so much preparation for this role. You know, the character that I was auditioning for at the time had a little bit of a like a lisp and like a you know, just things that I was able to play with. And I go in there and I'm thinking to myself, it's now or never. I got to put it all out there. So it's a little bit of a trick for any actors that's watching. Don't ever think it's now or never, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's
Too much
not.
pressure.
And let's go again. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Not one shot. Yeah.
Exactly. But man, I bombed that audition. At least I thought I did.
Really? You did not feel good.
It was terrible. I got out of there, and all of the energy that was focused, I was so locked in. I go in, I do my thing, and I get out. I'm just like, well, like, all right, well, I'll get the next one. Like, I'll be all right. You know?
Okay.
And this was a process, man. This was a process. You know, I end up going back home. I don't hear anything for a little while. And, you know, maybe like a couple of months go by.
Wow.
And my team, they reach out to me. They're like, hey, so they're coming back to this thing. They're really ready to start getting into it. Ava DuVernay would love to see you in LA. What? I ain't never been to LA before. You know, like, this is like, man, this is like the time period where I have a screenshot on my laptop of the view of LA because I knew I wanted to be there, you know?
Really?
And Ava DuVernay wants to see Asante Blackk in LA.
Come on,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That is, I'm like, okay. You know, I ain't even gonna question it. I guess I did do my thing. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go. Yes.
I see her in LA, man. It's an amazing experience. You know, like, she's just so warm, and I'm doing chemistry reads with a few other guys. And, you know, it ends up being that thing that you hear as actors often. That was amazing. We'll stay in touch, you know? But, you know, it took another 3 months for me to hear anything back after that.
Really?
That's too long.
Oh my goodness.
Too long.
I was sitting on pins and needles, man. And, like, I even remember, like, you know, just having such an alignment with this role, which, by the way, is not the role that I ended up getting. We'll get there. But this role specifically, I was so locked into it. But 2 weeks later, you know, my agent reaches back out. Hey, so, you know, Ava really loved your audition, you know, and she really loved you in the room. And unfortunately, they have found their Corey Wise. Yeah. Oh, my God, man. I've been auditioning for this part for 5 years.
Sure.
Not damn near, you know, 5 years. Like, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, they found their Corey Wise. But they want you to come in and they want you to audition for Kevin Richardson, right? At this point, I've made the rounds. I've been in New York. I've been in LA. I'm home. It's the summertime. I'm getting ready to be a senior. So they're like, you know, just self-tape it, you know, and we'll have you do that. This is like, okay, now it's all in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know. We've situation where you're like, okay, all right,
like,
starting over.
What else can I do, right?
Yeah, you've seen me do the thing. Yeah.
Exactly. I get on that tape, man, and that's quite possibly one of the greatest audition tapes that anyone's ever seen in the audition tape. You know, I told him, like, I showed him straight up, this is the one. Like, y'all go. Anyways, 2 days later, I get a phone call, right? It's a LA number. Who is calling me from LA? Who is calling me from this? This is he. Oh, yes, this is Ava DuVernay. I just enjoyed your tape so much. It was absolutely amazing. And your choices that you made, your transitions were beautiful. The way that you were able to go from beat to beat. You know, I knew that I wanted you in this project, but we just found somebody who was able to play Corey Wise at older and younger, and we could stick with the same actor. So it had nothing to do with your performance, but I wanted you in it. And my casting director goes, well, we still don't have Kevin. Yes, bring me him as Kevin. And when we said we need him on tape, and you did it. You did what we thought you could do. And I'm so excited to invite you to come to work with us in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Holy.
After waiting months.
Yeah.
Lord.
You know what?
mercy.
Down
Let's
to the
do
wire.
it. Let's do it. So that's the story, man. And like,
Wow.
That's amazing, dude. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that.
This Is Us must have been a cakewalk.
Yeah, exactly. Comparatively.
This Is Us was just audition.
Yeah.
It was just an offer,
Was it
huh?
an offer?
no,
Must have.
that was an audition.
It was an audition.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. Also, you know, right next to the When They See Us audition is one of the greatest. Just if you know what I'm saying, they got to put out like a school of auditions one day. I might have to do it myself because that you know, ask Kay, ask Josh, ask everybody. That was phenomenal.
I
No, that was an
love
audition.
that.
That was an audition, and it was the scene where Malik is coming home,
Yeah.
and his mom goes, "Don't wake up that baby," and Malik's like, "Whatever." You know,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
right.
talk to my little girl,
Yes.
right? And it's the big reveal that, oh, this isn't your sister, this is your kid.
Right.
And you know, during that moment, man, I decided, like, I don't know, I think I was just listening to a lot of Stevie Wonder during that time.
Oh,
So I started singing in the scene, which wasn't in the scene, but you know, just like, you know, my girl is asleep, right? So I'm gonna start singing As If She Lovely, you know? And you know, I'm singing it to her and, you know, just having a moment with this teddy bear that's in my hands. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Obviously not a real person. But you know, that was like, yeah, there were, you know, it's interesting, man. There was something there in that role too that like really made me like, oh wow, I gotta show up differently for this. Because, you know, and I've talked about it before, but I had never seen a kid my age be treated with that level of respect and care,
Yeah.
you know, on television. So, and like, I'm curious, like when you guys found out about that arc, like, what did you all think? You know, what was you all's reaction to this 17-year-old or 16 at the time, right?
yeah.
Who has a child and is supposed to be joining this family,
Yeah.
right?
I think like the same way that I feel like Dan masterfully does with most characters that he thinks society will relegate and sort of put in a very specific box
Mhm.
as like this is the totality of who you are. He has the ability to lovingly humanize and make you a fully fleshed out person
Instantly.
and then present that to the world in a
Yeah.
way that hopefully they will never do that again. You know what I'm saying? They will never even think about just being like, oh, this person is that, and clearly they don't deserve my respect, they don't deserve my time, they don't deserve any of that. And then they get a chance to see an example of someone who's like, oh, actually what I thought was just this is a fully beautiful, capable, vivacious, like vibrant human being.
Yeah.
And that's what I was joyous
There's
about.
actually never a moment
Yeah.
with Malik where you don't respect this young man. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
never like a red herring or like a
There's even-
misdirect.
There's the point
Like-
where he may go and work for the dude that his dad
Yeah.
used to work with in the
Yeah.
past, but he's also like,
For noble reasons.
preschool costs
Yeah.
10K. You
Yeah.
know
That's
what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Like-
I got to figure this out.
I got to do whatever I have to do
Yeah.
for my daughter. It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't fault someone for
And
that.
so all of the like getting to know that character comes through we were just talking about it in this episode, but the parents who have the skewed
Right.
view
Yeah.
of
Right.
who this young man might be,
Totally.
but his parents know exactly who he is.
Yes.
And yeah, that's an interesting perspective on Dan's way of like, not only is he gonna show you this full human being, he's never even gonna give you a moment
Yeah.
Mm.
to doubt this young man.
Right.
I mean, and we really don't, at least
Yeah.
that
No.
we've seen so far.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
You were great, dude. Like, tell us a little bit, because we're just watching 407 now. So tell us a little bit about that time in Philly with with Lyric and sort of working with her through like that first date and everything, and what you remember about the process of working with her, about that storyline, and about the dinner that we did later on.
Oh man, I just remember like that whole episode being so fun
Yeah.
to work on because like, man, first of all, you, Brown, don't know how to take nothing serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm
That's
like,
true.
That's never has a truer statement been
I'm
made on
Mr.
this
I'm Mr.
podcast.
Malik, and dude, I'm trying to come through and like, you know, and represent myself well to Mr. Pearson, you know what I'm saying? And so I remember this very specific moment where like, you know, I'm introducing myself and I go, "Hello, Mr. Pearson, nice to meet you." And I go for a dap. But he goes for the formal shake,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so I'm going
It
for
can
the
be
dap. I
nerve-wracking.
see him go for the formal, and I change it real quick. I go,
That's amazing.
yo, like that was probably such a funny moment on screen. But after the take was over, yo, he would not stop talking about it. He's like, yo, like when you getting ready to meet, it's like that meme with Barack Obama. He's dapping people up, and then he,
We just talked about
We
that.
just talked
about it. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
And as much tension as there was, like we really did have to get to the meat of like what this issue was, you know, with these young kids who like obviously had fell in love, you know, and like, man, I just loved that episode of like, you know, the courting process. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's something that is lost in Black entertainment a lot of the time. You know, it's
Yeah.
like
Sure.
I think that a lot of the time we see you know, the end result, you know, they're either already hooking up or they already have their family or, you know, they're whatever, right? But that process of actually showing somebody that you want them, that's special, you know,
Yeah.
and that you're serious, you know? And so that was such a fun episode to like just, you know, really tap into. I'm not gonna lie, that was a cakewalk. Like I'm a lover boy at heart. So like it was easy for me to like, you know what I'm saying? I was like showing Lyric around. I was having a great time, you know, just making sure she had a good time.
Yeah.
And being able to react off of her, man, like, wow, yeah. Just thinking back on like just the pieces of this phenomenal cast, man. She expertly breathed life into that role.
She got soul, bro. Y'all both do.
Yeah.
Both of you guys together are just extraordinary. Like from the jump, just that first introduction when you're eyeballing her at that barbecue, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is something. This is special. And you're right. I was just saying as we were recounting the episode, like seeing this courtship is so tender and beautiful and sweet. And it's like if you're a human being and you've ever been in that position as a young person before,
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
immediately takes you back.
Totally.
And it's so beautifully illustrated by the two of you. And yeah.
Then there's also that moment from like the other side, right? Where, you know, I think that a lot of like I've experienced this. I've actually experienced like this is a recurring, I don't want to say recurring thing, but like this happens a lot, you know. I'm somebody who I like something, I like it, you know, I'm passionate and I wanna be able to you know, kind of show the world you know, just a little bit of happiness, you know, and a little bit of love in times where like, you know, the world almost doesn't seem like it's nurturing it. And so, you know, a lot of the time as a man, I think that courtship process, you know, you get from the other side, from the woman, well, what do you want from me? You know, what's your game here? You know,
Right.
what are you trying to gain?
Yeah.
Right. And I'm gonna be honest, like it's really interesting too, because you know, I guess that as humans, like whenever we're courting somebody, of course we want something, right? We want companionship if it's that, or we want, you know, a shoulder to cry on, a ear to listen. But you know, that hesitation from the other side, you know, from women to, you know, kind of give themselves up to an emotion that maybe is so strong.
Yeah, bro.
Man, it's hard because I just be like, come on, baby, like I'm cool, like you know
Listen,
what I'm saying.
but
I
Black,
can take my
you
time if you need me to.
Black, you know
like,
better than anybody else. In order to risk being loved means to risk being hurt. You know what I'm saying? There's a vulnerability of opening yourself and sharing yourself with someone that says like, okay, I'm trusting you with my heart. If it goes bad, then you have the ability to hurt my heart. So
Yeah.
there's gonna
Yeah.
be some reticence, big dog.
Yeah.
You know how to take
Hey.
your time. You know what I'm saying? It's
You
not
right,
it
you right.
ain't about you. It's about what I am offering up. And I don't necessarily share this part of myself with very many people.
Yeah.
So it takes a moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
my two.
Mhm.
Listen, tell us about the spinoff because you've given us generously
So
of your
much
time.
of your time.
You look
Yeah,
handsome,
yeah.
big dog. You look good. I'm happy to see you. I'm gonna have to give you a
Thank you,
call and
brother.
just check up with you.
Thank you, brother.
Tell us what's going on with you right now, and tell us, do you know the name of the spinoff and when does it shoot? And hopefully it'll get picked up and then they'll be able to see it. Talk us about what's going on with you.
Yeah. So, we don't have a title yet. We still pending. We're still in the works, but we have shot the pilot, which
Okay.
is phenomenal. And essentially, spin off of Snowfall. So for those that don't know, Snowfall was a series that really centered around the crack epidemic in
Right.
80s LA,
Yeah.
and how cocaine was this, huge party drug that was being used by everybody. And it turned into something that was, as much as it was already sinister, it turned into something that was even more,
Yeah.
And so the spinoff that we're doing essentially follows up right after that story and shows the output of what the crack epidemic in 80s LA did to the West Coast hip hop influx
Oh,
in 90s,
wow.
right?
Okay.
So in the 90s in LA, you obviously have NWA, you have Too Short.
What
you
does
have,
NWA stand for? I'm serious. Don't say it. Go ahead. Keep going.
Negroes with attitude.
Yeah.
But that like hip hop was booming, especially in the West Coast at
Yeah.
that time, because it came from the East Coast in the 80s, and then the West Coast had all of this just pent up aggression from the way that the government really did target these Black communities
Sure.
with coke, with crack,
Yep.
to break apart the family and essentially kind of start our own war zones. And that's where these gangs came from. So, the world is a little bit more trying to take a step outside of it's in the neighborhood. The neighborhood is where the music comes from.
Yeah.
But it's okay, how do we take these experiences that we've been through and how do we go worldwide with it? And how do we make this music and
Sure.
Yeah.
kind of take our pain and turn it into pleasure. So
I love that.
it's a good story, man. It's a good story. And like, I'm excited, as soon as I know more, I'm gonna let you know. So
Deal.
What are your socials? So if people want to catch this EP when it drops, where can
oh
they,
man,
how
the
can they
EP
follow
is coming out. Yeah, that's honestly what I should have been talking about.
you? Well, what are your socials so we can all know when it drops?
Absolutely. Yeah. Hit me up at Asante Blackk. That's ASANTE BLAC, double K at the end. Don't forget the double K, baby.
2Ks.
Very good. Do you know when that's going to drop?
I do. Springtime, we coming out with an EP.
Okay.
5 songs. I'm excited to take y'all along on this journey.
Nice. Under your name, or is it under like
An
artist name? Okay,
it's under
great.
my name.
Great.
Okay.
Cool.
Fantastic.
All
I
right.
love this
Yeah.
next chapter for you. This is amazing.
It's so fun.
Go ahead.
It's so fun.
Thank you for your time. It's so nice to see you. So nice
Good
to
to see
catch
you,
up.
Rod.
I can't wait to see the show. Fingers crossed that it all comes to pass.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you.
Appreciate
Oh man,
you, Black.
pleasure, y'all. I miss y'all for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see you guys.
Likewise.
Invite us to the premiere of the spinoff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be there.
We'll be there. We'll be there for the EP.
All right, y'all. Doses.
Peace, Black.